I'm Jen Tackett. Welcome to Stacks and Snacks. We're live here in my basement. That's why I've got my Wayne's World hat on. And I'm super excited to be talking records and snacks with my dear friend, Bek Smallwood. I need a track.
Hi.
All right, Bek, introduce yourself to the fine folks that do not know you.
Hi, I'm Bek Smallwood. I'm Jen's dear friend. I'm from Eastern Kentucky. Big city, Pikeville. Biggest city in Eastern Kentucky.
Oh, Bek brought me, she got me this. My birthday is soon. And oh my gosh, why can I not? Stacks and Snacks.
Exciting.
It's fancy. They do fancy stuff in Pike County.
We do.
My throat just made a weird noise.
Yeah, so I'm from...
Yeah, get in there.
I don't want to get too close to you now. I know. Anyway, you're going to have to edit this a lot.
You think?
Maybe not.
It's
okay.
Fine, we'll see.
Anyway, so my name's Bek Smallwood. Jen and I met through music, of course. And we were like instant best friends. Yeah. Anyway, I have a band called Bek and Starlight Revue. Jen is constantly forcing me to be a better songwriter all the time, making me face my fears of playing that guitar by myself.
And doing this.
And doing songwriters around. A lot of growth happened in this friendship. But anyways, yeah, so I'm married, have 3 kids, somewhat professional, real career. As professional as I can be. It's a very professional career. How I'm in it, I don't know. But
as professional as this.
So anyway, I'm excited because I'm excited to see Jen, living out something I think is going to be really good. And I think it's going to be great for us to get like a inside perspective. I think some of the things that people listen to are going to be surprising. And then some of the things are going to be like, yeah, we all listen to that. So yeah, exciting.
Well, like I said, I love looking at, that's why I buy records, because when I was a kid I loved looking at the album covers and the album art, and so I think kids miss seeing that stuff on iTunes and stuff. So I'm hoping maybe more people will start buying records after this. And
yeah, so Jackson, my 14-year-old, that's all he asked for Christmas was records.
Yes,
which was awesome. However, he said, are you taking records to Jen's? I'm like, yeah. He's like, take Kanye Converter. That's all he wanted was Kanye records for Christmas. It was awesome.
How does he not know he doesn't even know if I have it. I may have it.
I wish that you did. I'd take 15 photos and send him.
We'll what do you call it? Photoshop it.
Yeah, man, we'll Photoshop that. What do you call it?
I'm glad I got this video recorder set up for this show.
He's not allowed on it.
And I know the light does make it feel somewhat
more. It makes me keep looking at myself.
This is like Wayne's World. You'd be like scanners who just stare at it.
I am the creepy person in the Zoom meeting that looks at their self.
I was on a thing that said you should turn your camera off so you don't do that, so you're not distracted.
No, when you have a face like mine that tells every emotion and thought in your head, you have to leave it on. We'll be on meetings at work, and then my friend will text me, your face, and I'm like,
that is not. I was gonna say, you have to have a friend that is like, you're showing.
Yeah.
Your bless your heart is showing right now.
One day my coworker said something like, your hair's not on fire yet. And I went like that. And my friend texted me and she went, your hair looks like it's on fire, like literally right now. And I was like, oh.
Did it really? Or are they just messing with you?
Well, we're in sales, so we're running around like our hair's on fire.
Oh, I'm not a good salesperson. I'm really not. Mom I used to sell those Girl Scout cookies.
Your mom used to have to sell those Girl Scouts?
Well, no, she would make me go out and stand in front of Food Town, and I hated it.
Food Town? Is that like a grocery store?
I hated it.
Like a Piggly Wiggly?
Kind of, yeah. Gotcha. Back in the day. All right, so she's got records and snacks. Let's start with the record first.
Yeah, let me see which one I should start with.
Okay.
I should start with...
What's your favorite?
My most prized possession of a record, which is going to shock you because it's just a single. Here it is. I don't know be able to read that. Anyway, it's Dolly Parton, and it's
Oh.
Why'd You Come in Here Looking Like That?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's a classic.
Yeah, because when I was a kid, that's the first song I ever
That's
sang.
right. That's right.
So, like I had a little recorder, and I would just like go through the house, and I would like record myself. Why'd you come in here looking like that? And then I'd rewind it, and then that's like when my anxiety and self doubt started. You know, around 5, and I would go to my mom and be like, "Is this good?" And she'd be like, "Yeah, yeah." So, anyway, Tim and his friend Jason always go on like a Christmas shopping trip, whatever, and they hit all the record stores.
Oh,
so
awesome.
last year, might have been the year before because COVID, but anyway, one year he came back and he's like, "I got you. It's gonna be your most favorite thing ever." And he was like, "It was all the way." I mean, it's like real deal old, and
I love it.
But anyway, so that's my most prized record ever.
You
The
said
single.
walk around the house with your recorder, and I was like, I thought like, like, can you play What You Come In Here Looking Like That on the recorder? Because that is awesome. If you don't do that at the next show, I'm going to be so mad.
That would be awesome if I did that. Those little talks.
All right, because I'd already seen the next record you had up. I don't want to go ahead and show it because
Oh, yeah. Right?
Oh my gosh. Somebody posted like what's the concert that you have like the or artist that you have the biggest regret not seeing, and mine is Tom Petty. He was in Cincinnati and I was working this last run, and I was working during the day, but I was like, I'm gonna be too tired to go, and I'm like, ugh.
I know. Well, like when Tom Petty passed away, it was the weirdest thing. I was on my way home from a work meeting, and I was like, man, I found the most awesome radio station. It's playing nothing but Tom Petty. And so from like Louisville to Winchester, I was like living my best life because it was like uninterrupted, nothing but Tom Petty. And I never even listened to the radio. And then I stopped to get gas and just happened to be stopped, and they were like, Tom Petty passed away today, and I was called Tim. I was like, Tim! So that was traumatizing.
Awful.
Yeah.
Awful.
It was awful.
All right. Snacks. I was laughing telling her that and thinking that we were going to do this today, like I have set myself up to have people bring me snacks. Bring your favorite snacks.
What a lie.
Can I have a bite? Like, okay. I requested this.
This is Eastern Kentucky delicacy, and even though Jen doesn't know what it's called, this is a pizza roll.
I call it a pepperoni roll every time.
She's like, "Can we go get a pepperoni roll?"
Did you get one each? I'm so excited.
Okay, another fact about me, I can't eat pepperoni, so when I eat the pizza roll, I have to pick the pepperoni out.
So it's just bread. You all like...
No, it's ham in it too.
Oh, there's ham in it too?
Yeah.
I didn't even know. Look at this beauty. I'm so terrible with...
Yeah, that's the...
Oh,
Edit that out. Will you edit that out?
Well,
it's delicious.
It's been a good run.
That was the most terrible thing.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. So pepperoni roll, pizza roll. I'll get it right. Okay. My throat is doing a weird noise every time I open it. It's like a frog.
It's cold, but still delicious.
Oh my gosh.
Just in case you want to know where to buy one of these, it's at Double Quick. So there's one in Salyersville. That's where I got these at Salyersville.
Oh yeah, that's where I usually get mine on the way home.
She goes in there, "Can I get a pepperoni roll?" They're like, "What? We got pizza rolls. You want that?"
I don't think I got a sign. I should have brought napkins. Wait. Beautiful.
There you go.
Okay.
You can eat pepperoni roll.
Yeah, I'm going to continue to eat and drink out of my sweet stacks and snacks.
I'm just looking at my stack over here. So just for quick purposes, you know.
There she is.
Uh-oh, the queen. Dolly Parton. That's Jolene, you know. Because it has Jolene, I'll always love you on it, which...
I wrote those in the same day.
It takes me like 3 years to write a song, and I'm like, that's mediocre. I know. Okay.
All right, what you got?
I'm trying to be fast because I brought a lot of records.
It's fun.
So I didn't really start. I should have been watching her closer while she was choking.
Edit that out. My first one almost died.
Well, I choked for you, like sympathy choke.
Oh my gosh.
So
I got Parmesan stuck down.
That's enough of your pepperoni roll choking.
You just said pepperoni roll.
I know, on purpose.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so I didn't, like, I've been playing music since I was like 16, but here's the thing about like my life. My mom would only let me listen to country music, and I don't mean like I grew up in a really, I mean, like a religious home, which not in a bad way, not like,
right,
you know, but like they didn't listen to music. So like when I hear all the musicians are like, oh, I grew up like you know, listening to records and this and that, like, no, like the first memory I ever have of seeing or hearing a record was Percy Sledge. Because my aunt had like the big, like, you know, 4 foot tall, whatever.
Oh yeah.
And so we would lay in her bedroom floor and listen to Percy Sledge. But
that's a good memory.
Yeah, there was no other, like, that just didn't happen. So anyways, until I met Tim, my husband, I didn't really, I mean, I give him all the credit. Like, I didn't know good music. Like, I love 90s country. I just do. But that's pretty much all we listened to growing up because that was it. So anyways, when I started, I was like, who do I sound like? Like, or who do I want to sound like? Like, trying to find my voice, which has always been like Dina Carter, Strawberry Wine. Like,
oh yeah.
It's just, everybody's like, oh, sing that, you know. But I was like, no, I want something with soul and whatever. So.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Right
there you go. Oh,
yeah. So this is a live, and Etta James, it's a live record of hers, but it's got like some of my most favorite songs of hers on there.
I was gonna say, what's on here?
So like 7 Day Fool, that's one of my favorite songs that she sings. And All I Could Do Is Cry, and I Just Want to Make Love to You, because she's like singing about stuff that women don't usually sing about.
Right.
So I love that about her, that she was like risky, you know. She was sexy on stage and like didn't care. Like, if you really like read her autobiography and stuff, like the way that she grew up and then, you know, who she was and stuff is just amazing to me. So I love that about her.
That's awesome. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
another one.
I have a lot of records.
I'm so going
through my highlights.
I'm so excited.
So
she literally brought a stack, and that's
I brought
what
a whole
said.
Stack of. I did. Okay, so there you go. You know, CCR, of course, because if you know Tim, he is like CCR #1 fan. But this is like, we were looking at records before I came. He was like, this is greatest hits without being a greatest hits.
Okay.
Like, so this record has like my favorite CCR song on it, which As Long As I Can See the Light.
Oh yeah.
That's my favorite. We cover that song.
Yeah, I was gonna say y'all do that.
It's got Heard It Through the Grapevine on it. It's got Up Around the Bend, Traveling Band, like Run Through the Jungle, Looking Out My Back Door. So
this is a good one.
Like, if you are like
Cosmos Factory.
Yeah, Cosmos Factory. So if you need a CCR record, it's this one.
That cover is fantastic. It looks like one of our band practices.
It does. Like, I could name all of us in
Who's
this.
who?
Let's see. Like, this would, well, you know, that's Jake right there.
Laying on the floor.
Laying on the floor is Jake. This would be Jen, just trying to keep us in line right there. This would be me, because I'm always like pretending to go somewhere but never really make it anywhere, so I'm on a stationary bike. And this is Tim with a like disapproving.
What's happening here?
And if you can just imagine that Jordan and Adam would also be laying down here.
They would probably, that's perfect.
Yeah. So yeah, for sure that. And then like my most favorite like concert record. So I'm thinking like this record makes me think of an experience. So this is Old Crow Medicine Show, and it's the 50 years of Blonde on Blonde. So this is Old Crow Medicine Show performing Bob Dylan's Blonde on Blonde.
That is amazing. This is so pretty.
Yeah, so
I'm gonna show them the inside.
Yeah, there you go. It's got the whole, I might not get it direction.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, so me and Tim went to Knoxville and watched him perform this whole record.
Oh, that's so cool.
And it was like, we've seen a lot of bands a lot of times. Old Crow being one of them, it's one of our favorite bands. But man, they were doing this song, and it's, I never say it right because I want to call it Sooner or Later, but it's One of Us Must Know.
Yeah.
So I don't know You need to listen to that song, and then you need to listen to Old Crow cover that song. I looked at Tim and I looked at myself, and we were both crying just listening
Really?
to that
Okay.
song. It was so good. So you need this record.
Yes.
It's so good. It's
All
like
right.
the best of the things we love.
What's a? Let's go to a snack. Let's go to.
Oh, a snack. Yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot I had snacks.
Not that I'm like snacks. Oh my gosh.
You said bring your snacks.
I know, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know. I maybe have tasted those once in my life.
I think that's ridiculous.
Snow caps. Well, because all right, when do you mostly time have snow caps?
At the movies.
At the movie theater. I'm going for Raisinets. That's so low.
Yeah. Photoshop and Raisinets. I mean, Raisinets.
I know. Well, they're chocolate.
I mean, I like Raisinets, but if I go to the movies, I'm getting popcorn and I'm pouring a whole thing of snow caps in the popcorn, and I'm
What? In the popcorn? Does it melt?
Yes.
I'm learning so many new things.
I thought we knew each other so good.
I know. I'm so ashamed.
Okay.
All right. But it's like chocolate with like little.
Here, I will.
Well, you gotta explain it to the.
I can't because the light's too light.
No, I mean like
it's a chocolate.
Yeah.
Like a little chocolate chip, and then it has little white sprinkles on top. Hence, snow cap.
I'm
not saying
I'm
that.
not.
I'm from
non-perils. Non-perils.
So it's semi-sweet chocolate chips covered in.
These are good.
White sprinkles, little round baby.
And so you put them in the popcorn.
And then they melt a little bit, and it's delicious.
Man, those are great.
I know. Okay, so snow caps.
Snow caps.
Yeah, let me round out my Old Crow.
Oh yeah.
Remedy by Old Crow Medicine Show. No, y'all are probably thinking like, oh, old records, whatever. Some of that, but for me, I didn't really get into music like until I was a little bit older.
Right.
Until I met Tim. I didn't want to bring all his picks. He can do that himself.
Tim, you have to come back and share your records.
So I love Old Crow because it reminds me of like my childhood, because my family, even though there wasn't a whole lot of music in our house, they were all musicians.
Right.
So we would go to like my uncle's houses. They were all like phenomenal bluegrass musicians. So it wasn't just like, Uncle Ted's picking on the porch. It's like Ricky Skaggs quality here.
Right.
So we would listen to that every weekend. They'd just be in their living room playing. So cool. I love Old Crow because it's like the roots of what I grew up on, and then it's like boosted up by what I love.
Right.
Plus they're their songs are hilarious.
They're good. Their
songwriting is really like top notch for me. They're hilarious. Like Brushy Mountain Conjugal Trailer. I love that song.
I don't think I've ever heard that.
It's hilarious. And then there's like some really good songs on here. I listened to this on the way up here. Dearly Departed Friend, and it's just like, it's a great record. And Oh Cumberland River's like make you get up and move around song. So it's a good one.
I love it.
Yeah. Here, you want a Sour Patch Kid?
Oh my gosh. Okay. Now I have had are those the watermelon kind or the originals?
Original, baby. I saw all them flavors today.
I love the watermelon ones.
Well, that's not traditional. I mean, that's
I'm
great.
not traditional. I ate Raisinets. Am I gonna help you? Just gonna use your tooth. If you break your tooth,
use it at the bottom just in case.
Are these different flavors?
I usually just close my eyes and put one in. I don't know. Are they? I guess they probably are.
I don't know. They're just sour.
I don't know. It just makes me think about being a kid.
They are good.
Yeah.
They but you don't get those at the movie theater.
No, because I'm gonna get snow cups.
They're cute too.
They're different flavors. Green's real limey. Okay. Here's a surprise for you, I bet.
So
drive-by truckers.
Hey, those look like my boots.
Go-go boots. So I had a hard time picking which drive-by truckers record I like because I love drive-by truckers. They're like their style is just like rockabilly enough.
Yeah.
And their songwriting, it's like a lot of the songs I write, you have to think about like it could apply to everything in your life or whatever, but they write a song that's like, you know, used to be a cop. The whole thing's about I used to be a cop.
Right,
I mean,
right.
they're like really, and then don't get me wrong, like they do have some songs where you're like, oh, but this one, like in particular, my two favorite songs. Well, there's three songs on here I love, but I do believe it's the first one, and then Everybody Needs Love, and then Used to Be a Cop, and then Mercy Buckets. Oh my gosh, if you,
I love this album art.
mm-hmm.
The red, not just because they're red boots, but it's so cool. And then you open up. Oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
So this and the inside says the devil better not come back down here again, and it's got this beautiful like creek. Does that go with the song?
So all of their album, all of their albums have the same theme. Like you can look at a Drive By Truckers album and you know it's a Drive By Truckers album. Like it.
Oh, there's somebody. They're getting baptized now. I see that these are people going down to get baptized. Awesome.
So it's like, and so they have another record, Southern Rock Opera. It's all about Leonard Skinner.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I almost brought that, and then I was like, no. But they have so many. But you can, anyways. What I was getting at, the continuity of their collection, I guess, the album art. You can look at it and like it would never have to say Drive By Truckers, and you go, oh, that's a Drive By Truckers record. So I love that about them. But you need to listen to Mercy Buckets if you've never listened to.
All right, I love, and I love the back. The guy, maybe in a hotel room or something with the Bible and the liquor beside the
so
bed.
there's a song on here called The Fireplace Poker, and it's about the pastor who had his wife killed for $1,500.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I mean, it's like real story. Like, and one of them I was listening to the whole
Are they
song.
like ballad, like old ballad kind of type?
Yeah, I mean, it's like a real, like you'll start listening to it from then you got to listen all the way because it's telling you a story. Like
the whole album.
Well, Southern Rock Opera is
I knew that. Yeah, I knew that was
this one, not so much like that, but the songs are very much like a story.
Yeah.
So, and I struggle with writing like that, so I think that's why I like listening to stuff like this because I'm like, oh, maybe one day I can do that.
You can do it.
Okay, I got 5 more.
Yes.
Do we have time?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Where am I gonna go? Okay, I'm gonna just go here because I mean it's a new record, but. Oh, there's one behind it, like creeping up, like it wanted to be next.
Sneaky.
But it's the Highwaymen.
Oh man.
Like most of the time, and then you know the inside of that record.
Oh my gosh,
I love it. Most of the time, like you get a record and you're like, even for me, which probably real people don't do this, but I'll like listen to my favorite song. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go clean whatever, and I'll come back and finish it.
Right.
But like this record, I can be like, as soon as I get to the end of side A, I'm like, flip it over, flip it over, flip it over, you know, because I love it, the whole song. So I mean, the whole record. You know, everybody knows "Redesigning Women." That's the one on there. But my favorite song from this record is "Loose Change."
I don't know if I've heard that one out there.
Yeah, I sent it to you one time, and you're like, "That's awesome! Did you write that?" And I'm like, "No, I wish I did." So "Loose Change," listen to that.
Highwaymen. That you talking about like listening all the way through. That's another thing about having a physical thing of music, and that's what there. I think there was just something going on where on iTunes, like flipping through, like where Taylor Swift wanted you to listen to every song. Like that's the thing about having a physical copy of music is that you start and you know nobody's gonna be picking up that needle and moving it, but like it tells, and that's the artist puts a lot of thought into what comes next.
Yeah, I hate shuffle.
Yeah, I do too.
Like, because you're missing the whole vibe.
Right,
like,
right.
You know, us as artists, and probably most of y'all listening, that's a lot of work, like, thinking about, okay, this one needs to be number 7, this needs to be number 4, so. Yeah. Okay. So, just to go along, I'll just put this one up.
Yeah.
Jason Isbell and the Nashville Sound. This is another record, like, I bought it. And then we just listened to it over and over and over again. I know every word to like every song on here, which I think everybody kind of loves Jason Isbell. But If We Were Vampires, such a great love song.
Cried. So he hadn't released it, and we saw him in Ashland at Paramount. And
know about that.
Well, no, that's not when I ran into him. That's when I met John Moreland.
I know.
I feel like I need to tell this story now that we brought this up. So we went to see Jason Isbell, and John Moreland was opening up for him. And when we got there, of course, you know, it's like a couple hours away. I was about to pee my britches. And So I went up to the lady. There was like a security lady working. And I was like, I really need to use the restroom. Like, will you let me in? And she's like, oh yeah, honey, come on in. So I go and use the restroom, and I hear John Moreland sound checking, and I run down to the stage, and
Inappropriately.
I said, I just want you to know, I want you to know, no, wait, I said, they just let me in to pee. Why? But I wanted to let you know that I think you're one of the best songwriters on the planet. And he kind of giggled and was like, thank you. And then like a security was like headed towards me.
Come to
and
get
I,
Wayne.
And I ran out. But so that was that night. But when he played that song, it hadn't been released. And like, so not a song that you don't know. And the first time you hear it, like hits you like that. And I'm just like crying. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like that song's unbelievable.
Yeah, I love that song.
It's so good.
It is so good. Let's see. Okay.
Oh.
I mean, like, no surprise, right?
You have to tell the joke that you tell about you and Tim playing together. I'm gonna take another bite of it.
Yeah, eat the pepperoni roll. Yeah, so I love Stevie Nicks music. And I always say, like, if you listen to our first record, it's an entire album about Tim. And I'm always, every time we play, I'm like, yeah, I'm Stevie Nicks. I wrote a whole record about Tim, make him play every song. And there's like our first record that we did was really emotional for me. And it was pretty much our whole, like 2 years of our life just on paper. So when Tim had lost his job, I was going through a transition. I was home alone with 3 kids. The way that we lived just changed. Everything was just, it was a hard time. So that was really the first time I'd ever written anything too. So, but yeah, so I make Tim write or play all the songs that I wrote about.
I love it.
Let's see, the back of that. I mean, like, doesn't everybody have this record? I think so.
I don't know if I do.
Here we go. The Chain.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But it has like all the good songs. I mean, not all the good songs, but it has Dreams on it.
Go Your Own Way.
Go Your Own Way.
Build This Woman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And You Make Lovin' Fun. I love that song. Yeah. So definitely, like, I think about Stevie Nicks when I mean, sometimes I'm like, I'm in a Stevie Nicks kind of mood, and I'll try to, like, there's a song on the record on our last record called, oh my God, what's the name of that song? Like, Blake? Used to.
I was like,
and it's a very, like, when I wrote the first couple of like lines from that, I'm like, oh, that's got kind of like a redneck Stevie Nicks feel to it. So
I love it.
Okay, 3 more. So the Beach Boys.
Oh yeah.
Pet Sounds. Because I didn't even realize, like, here's me being like real, like, how much of an impact the Beach Boys had on everybody. Like, just their sound. And then when I went back and listened to that record, I was like, yeah, like, they were like real far ahead.
No, Brian Wilson was genius.
Yeah. So I love that record because it's another one where you can just like listen to it and then hear something different, you know.
Oh my gosh. I mean, wouldn't it be nice?
Yes.
And God Only Knows.
Yes, God Only Knows.
That's such a great song.
Yeah, it's a great record. And I mean, like, I think with younger people, it's underrated.
And it's got goats on the front.
Yeah, look at that. I bet they'd like to have a nacho cart.
I bet. They need a nacho cart.
Yeah.
That's all you need in life is goats and a nacho cart.
Okay, a classic
snack.
A classic.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
You know,
that's like a go-to if you don't know what you want.
That's exactly what happened to me today.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm. I went, just classic. I'm just feeling classic.
I'm classic. What is that song?
I'm classic. Sassy.
Classic. Bougie.
Ratchet. That's the one. Ratchet. That's the one right there. Do M&M's taste different? What color?
I don't think so.
No, but people always say that like they do. People who want to make something out of something. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Willie Nelson, Stardust.
Yeah, because I could just lay in my bed and listen to the whole side one and be like the best day of my life. Stardust, Georgia on My Mind, Blue
Blue
Skies,
Skies.
All of Me, and Unchained Melody. I can just listen to that, but I love Blue Skies. I love to lay in my bed, have the record playing, which I don't do enough, like, and just listen to
Do you have a record
that.
player in your bedroom?
Uh-huh. We have a record player in the bedroom, and then our 14-year-old has a record player in his bedroom.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got Tim like he plays the record. I'm such an old person. He plays it through the Bose.
Easy.
He gets that record player out and puts it through the Bose, and we can hear it everywhere.
Y'all so fancy.
Sometimes he tells Alexa to do it.
No way. Y'all have that?
Somehow it comes out that speaker. I don't know. I'll ask him.
No, I ain't got.
I mean, I ain't got Alexa. I'm like, Alexa, put the needle down. That'd be awesome.
That would be cool. Somebody make that happen.
Invent that. All right. Okay. Well, I accidentally brought this, but I'm just gonna show it.
I don't think it was a mistake.
No, the mamas and the papas. Okay, so most of these, not most of them, but like I really started getting into these when I watched that documentary.
Oh, Echo in the Canyon.
Yeah. And so I was watching that and I was like, oh my God, I need to know more about the mamas and the papas and I need more. But you start learning about the mamas and papas and you're like, whoa, Nelly.
Right.
So anyway, of course, Monday.
Yeah.
It's on there, of course. Go Where You Want to Go. I love that song. I know that's like their hits, but they're hits for a reason, people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
California Dreaming.
Yeah.
But the harmonies and stuff are.
And look at them up in that bathtub. I got a bathtub in my office and where we practice at, so look for that coming.
There you go.
The 6 of us in a bathtub.
Hey guys, get ready.
You heard it. Okay, I don't have any more snacks except my low carb snacks.
Do you want to share your? If anybody is a low carb,
if you're low carb, and here you can eat these.
Quest.
These are the ranch ones.
Oh, they got protein.
Yeah, they're like Doritos. And then some other snacks that aren't that good. So, okay.
All right, is this the last record?
Yeah, because it's like my guilty pleasure record.
Okay.
So, like, if I'm cleaning the house,
yes,
100% chance this is what's playing on
really?
there. Yeah.
I always play records when I clean the house.
Yeah, but this one is gonna make an appearance.
Oh my gosh.
Weezer. And this is like all the covers.
Okay.
So like Africa, Everybody Wants to Rule the World, Sweet Dreams, Take on Me, Happy Together, Paranoid, Mr. Blue Sky, No Scrubs, Billie Jean, and Stand By Me.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so this makes an appearance.
Is it called? It's just called Weezer. It's just self-titled.
No, I think it's blue, or I might be totally wrong because there's a blue record. I have to look and see. Turquoise.
That's amazing.
Anyway, so that's my guilty pleasure record. Which, what's guilty about that?
There's nothing guilty. I tell you what's nothing guilty is these outfits. This is straight up like
Miami Vice.
Miami Vice.
It is.
I have that record.
Well, it's because it's all
the Miami Vice soundtrack.
It's because it's all like 80s. Well, there's some 90s songs on there too, but like when they do No Scrubs, it's great. But Mr. Blue Skies.
Yeah, Billie Jean in Africa.
And really, the way I started listening to that was Jack. He came home singing Africa, and I'm like,
how did you know that song?
I'm like, what are you singing? And he was like, Africa. And so then I was like, Weezer does Africa, and so we got that record.
That's amazing. Well, all right. So we've talked about snacks, and you went through your stack. So you want to tell us kind of what you've got coming up musically? Talk a little bit about.
So we hopefully you get to hear all these influences on our new album. So we just finished that. It's 10 songs, and I'm so excited because it's really like the first time that I've written the majority of all the songs. I mean, before on the other record, I had a great songwriting partner, Kevin Harmon. We played music together for 15 years, so I love Kevin. He helped me write a lot of songs, but like this one is pretty much, with the exception of maybe 2 or 3 that we were finishing together, is pretty much all me. So
that's awesome.
It's called Bloom because I felt like there was just something new. Like, I think the whole record has a new sound. Like, it doesn't sound anything like our first record. It's a lot more upbeat. Life's a lot easier for me and Tim now. So, still a lot of sad songs, but things that I could write about other people instead of myself. And that, I think, is evolution in a songwriter, too.
Yeah.
Because when you can, well, for myself, it's taken me a really long time to be able to step outside of myself and write about somebody else.
Right.
So there's a bunch of songs on there like that, but the title track is called Bloom, and it's just about waiting your whole life.
And that's out. They can stream that right
Yeah,
now.
you can find that on all the platforms.
Yay.
Bloom, and so is California.
California, yeah.
Yeah, and that's a song actually. Me and Kevin worked on that together, but it's a really fun song. Actually, like my memories came up on like New Year's Day or something. And we had played music like 2 years ago on New Year's, and that song we were playing that song.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah, that was a cool moment. But there's a lot of growth on that record, and I'm really proud of it. We recorded it at Gym City in Jellicoe, Tennessee, with Matt McQueen, who's awesome, and he let me be who I was.
Yeah.
And he wasn't. He listened to all my ideas and then made them good. You know. So it was like the first time too. I really got a whole lot of. I mean, of course, with the first album, I was there and a part of it, but I was so timid too at that point. So this second record is really a whole lot more of me than the first record.
You're in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
In all the ways.
Yeah, it's awesome, and I'm really happy with the configuration of us. Like, I feel like we all click. Like, it feels good to be able to look over at Jordan, the guitar player, Jordan McKeown, and just he knows where I'm going. Or I can look at Tim and Jake, and they're there. Or I can look at me and Adam. And then, of course, you and I can look at each other. And I'm like the world's worst to get in my own head. Like, I'm just like,
look at me.
Yeah.
Look at me.
Jen will go, look at me. Look at me. Look at me. And I'm like, you know. So I'm just happy about it. It's not stressful to me. It's not, you know, of course you still have those doubts or those thoughts, but it's just made me really happy.
I'm excited for everybody to hear it.
Yeah,
they're gonna love
too.
it. And then you playing anywhere, anytime, and this will be out in February. So you got anything going on in February?
Yeah, so we have a show at the Pit Thatchers at in Slade, and that's on February 12th.
Yeah.
Valentine's show.
And I'm opening.
Yeah, and Jen Tackett opening.
It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be a whole lot of fun.
And then I'll be joining her on stage and
heck yeah,
singing some harmony and
dancing and harmonizing. That's what we do.
It'll be big fun. Well, Beck, thank you so much for coming to my basement.
A lot of editing, I feel like. Or probably not.
No, I liked it. I mean, Beck, thanks for coming to my basement.
Thank you for coming to my basement. To my basement.
I mean, if the Wayne's World had, like, it had to happen because we were doing it down here, but...
Snacks and stacks, totally!
It's stacks and snacks! Stacks and snacks! Stacks and stacks! Wow! Edit. All right, well, thanks, Beck, and thank you guys for listening, and we'll catch you next time on Stacks and Snacks.
Woo!